A very happy 4th of July to those who are watching across the pond. Certainly, the weather is not looking particularly bad across the western half of the country for your July 4th, but certainly across the more central and eastern parts of the country, it looks as if it is going to be fairly cool and wet. We've got a refreshing area of high pressure here sending over the south shore of Lake Superior. We've got a couple of areas of low pressure riding the southern flank that high. So what you've got here is you're going to activate this frontal boundary here through the course of today as daytime heating kicks in. Warm humid air coming up from the south, colliding with that cooler drier air from the north. We're going to light things up, I think, with regards to precipitation and also thunderstorm activity through the course of your Tuesday, your Independence Day. So plenty of rainfall stretching from really the eastern portion of Oklahoma, western Arkansas, southern Missouri, through the Tennessee Valley into the Mid-Atlantic region as well. Temperatures where they've been in the 90s in the past over the past weekend, they'll be tempered back somewhat by a few degrees, but still fairly warm and humid for your July 4th up through the I-95 corridor. Seasonably hot, if not slightly above normal across the western half of the country overall. So you can see here as we go through in the Wednesday, these areas of low pressure sitting in the boundary between a system of high pressure to the south, cooler, drier high pressure to the north, and you've got, of course, that clash zone in between. That is where you're going to see the focus of wet weather and potential flooding. Let's have a look at the CFSv2 weeklies here as we go through the next couple of weeks. It's actually only showing week 1 and 2, unfortunately, but you can see here generally that the highest of pressure is going to be in the west. We've got that trough over the Great Lakes here. So very cool, by the way, underneath that rainfall through the course of today and tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be maybe 15 to 20 below normal across parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. We could be talking about temperatures only in the 60s, low 70s for daytime maximums. But certainly the upcoming 7 days of the model indicates that we've got the ridge of high pressure, strongest heights compared to normal over western Montana, northern parts of Idaho. As we go into the following week, you've got high pressure sitting over the top. You've got a lot of precipitation potential here across more southern areas, and I think where you've got that wet ground really stretching from southern parts of Minnesota down through the Mississippi Valley, that's where you're going to see the coolest conditions, I think, through the month of July overall. Speaking of rainfall, let's have a quick look and see what the CFSv2 is indicating for the upcoming 7-day period. And you can see here the driest areas where the high pressure is strongest and slightly wetter than normal across the lower Great Lakes. The I-95 really from New York City up into Boston looks drier than normal, a little bit wetter than normal across northern New England, but the corridor of heaviest precipitation is centered between Oklahoma and southern Virginia, North Carolina, if you notice that as well. The Gulf Coast rather dry, if you notice. You can see here in the following 7-day period, it dries out across the Great Lakes and into the Midwest. It turns wetter. Notice here's a bit of a flip going on here. I think what we're going to start to see is we're going to see a trough of refreshing air cleaning out the atmosphere over the Midwest and the interior east of the country. So if you send that front down, warm humid air, you've got the heaviest of precipitation then sagging further south in through Texas, the southeast, and up into the Mid-Atlantic region. 2-meter temperature anomalies finally you can see here. Let's look at week 1, and it is certainly looking very, very warm compared to normal, as you would expect with that high pressure strongest in the west. That's where you're going to see the warmest temperatures, and reasonably warm across the board if you notice here. But I think you're going to be talking about an error in the model here over parts of the mid-Mississippi and into the Tennessee valleys here. I think we are going to see an area of considerably cooler than normal compared to what the model is showing. Then, as you notice here in the week 2, which takes out to the 18th of July, with high pressure start to the north, and of course a reduction in heights further south. You're going to get heavier precipitation, and as a result of that, you're going to have a cooler air mass overall. So that's it for today. I hope you have a great July 4th, and I'll be back later on in the week. Have a great day. Bye for now.